Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. It can happen to almost everyone. At some point, anyway, the dreaded weight loss plateau. Has it ever happened to you? This can be so frustrating. So today, I'm going to give you some proven ways to break through a weight loss plateau, even if you haven't had one yet. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, the power of possibility, passion, and purpose. And thanks so much for tuning in. Whether this is your first time tuning into the podcast or you're a regular listener, I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you. If you're over in your podcast app, please be sure to drop in, say hey, leave an honest rating and review so others can discover the show. And if you're over tuning in on our YouTube channel, seeing the video version of this, please be an awesome friend. Hit that subscribe button, smash the notifications bell so that you get notified each time a show drops, and it will help alert other people that this show rocks and that you rock. And it helps the YouTube algorithm. So you absolutely rock, my friend. Now, let's talk about these plateau things. You've probably faced it, that dreaded plateau. And a lot of us, it comes on us totally unexpectedly, right? And it's something frustrating. It happens to most people that are on a health and fitness journey. The number on the scale, it just stops moving. A few days, okay, and then a week, and then 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks, and it's like you're like, what the hey? You're eating healthy. You're getting your workouts in. What's up with that stupid scale? Now, you already know that there are way more ways to judge and monitor your progress besides the scale, right? How you feel, how strong you're getting, various life successes like you're sleeping better, you can take the stairs without getting winded, you're less achy in your joints, your jeans fit better, stuff like that. But many of us, we put a lot of stock into that number on the scale, and we let it get in our head. And while I'm not going to get into any mindset strategies about the scale and how it's just a number and just data or anything like that, let's just cover this tough spot that many people get into on their weight loss journey. It's the weight loss plateau. Even if you're not currently experiencing one, lucky you, chances are you will on your journey. And it takes a lot of persistence to push through that plateau. But persistence, that's something that you've got in your pocket, and you can totally rock this. So what's a plateau anyway? Well, when you hit the plateau is when your body reaches a state where you're no longer burning more energy than you're consuming. And I know that might sound like a real simplistic view, and there's probably a lot of fitness experts out there that are like would give you the whole, definition, the reasons why, and everything like that. There's some sophisticated stuff out there, but your body is just actually getting what it needs for that time. And it's tough to get through, right? It can be frustrating to have a lack of progress. It can feel like you're failing and that you've done something wrong. And so you start to dramatically question yourself. You start to look at other things. Maybe I should be doing something totally different. And, it's actually a moment in time. And, I know this is tough to get your mind around, but it's a time to congratulate your body for stepping up its game to getting to that point. The healthy habits that you've worked so hard to establish, those have become your new normal. And so rock on for a healthy new normal. A lot of us strive to get that. But it's you kind of feel duped when you're just like you're getting this progress and you're going and then it just kind of just somehow just flatlines. Now, everyone's different, of course. The people that I coach, they tend to hit that plateau time frame right around the 6-month mark. Now, don't quote me on that. Lock it in there. It varies from person to person. And there isn't really an easy way to avoid a plateau. Sorry for that news. But the good news is that you're perfectly capable of overcoming and breaking through a plateau. You just have to zero in on just a few things, make a couple little adjustments so that your body once again gets into burning more calories more efficiently than you're taking in and starts that progress. So first thing, some of the tips here today. You got to get real. A lot of times, we start to question ourselves. So we need to do that. Let's focus on food first. What are you really eating? Sometimes it's just a matter of cutting back on some calories, but not depriving yourself so much. Maybe it's keeping yourself happy and satisfied, but you're cutting back on a few calories. Sometimes that could be just a little tweak that you can do, because it's really crucial that you eat foods that keep you energized and keep you satisfied. So first, take a look at the carbs that you're consuming. The first ones to go, and the first ones that end up sneaking in, so you might want to be a label reader here, but any sugar or refined carbs, those need to go first. Now, if you've already done that, and you're like, hey, Perry, those are gone, then start to take a look at the starchy vegetables, the beans, the whole grains. And you don't need to, maybe you just eliminate them temporarily or minimize them temporarily until you break through your plateau and then resume them back, when you're back into your gain, your flow. And I don't want to give you the misconception to, just leave them out altogether. But that can be a way to break through. Then you start resuming them again. Next thing is to add more protein. That keeps your energy levels up and ensures that you're feeling satisfied at each meal. And keep the right fats around. Healthy fats, nuts, seeds, avocado, olive oil. Paying attention to anything that you might be consuming that has saturated fat. I know there's some benefits to saturated fats. Don't want to upset the dietitians and the nutritionists out there, but just taking a look at that. Make sure that you're trimming the fat from meat, or and looking at the dairy products, stuff like that. Skipping the cheese, that sort of thing. Look at that. And another thing is to watch out for. These are some real sneaky things that get in, and we don't even realize it. It's watching out for sauces, dressings, condiments. Especially a lot of us, we like to dip things into stuff. We like to coat our salads with a lot of stuff. So I encourage you to be a label reader. That's where, I'm going to kind of get on a little soapbox here, but that was a big game changer for me. I buy products, and I think, because they were lower in calories, or, there was, things that just were labeled as healthier. This was a big game changer for me. I went through all of my cupboards. I even went through the fridge, and I just started turning around labels. And there's so many hidden sugars. I would go out and Google, what hidden sugars, what are the sneaky things called? A lot of times they aren't just saying this is bad for you sugar. But a lot of these things are making our bodies hold on to fat and stuff like that. So it's being a label reader. I went through, I think it was a couple days or over a weekend. And anytime I saw anything that had high fructose corn syrup or partially hydrogenated whatever oil was in there, it left the cupboard and went into a box, and I went and donated it. I got rid of it out of my house. So that when my temptation, or if I was, kind of, my defenses were low, I was feeling stressed out and wanted to stress eat, you can easily justify anything you want to put in your mouth when your defenses are low. And if there's that stuff in your house, guess where you're going to go? So I just got rid of it. But it's just getting rid of that sort of things that keep weight on our body. Another tip here is just water. It's such an easy way to help our bodies kick through a plateau, but it's so overlooked. And a lot of times I hear people go, yeah, I should drink a lot more water. I'm like, what are you saying should? Just do it. Start your day with 16 ounces, chug 16 ounces about 20 minutes before any meal or any snack or anything that you're about ready to eat, and drink water throughout the day. Boom, you're going to have that. You're going to get enough water and get your organs to working more efficiently. Sharpening your kitchen skills is also smart. It's really convenient to go out, decide to get DoorDash, decide to go out and eat, grab a quick bite after a long day because you don't want to take the time. But I'm going to tell you what, pick one day a week to meal prep, so you have an easy grab and go, and you don't have that oh my gosh, I don't have time to meal prep you during the week. You can do that one day a week. Use your home as much as possible, picking healthier selections, etc. You don't know, even if you might pick something healthy at a restaurant, you don't know what ingredients they're putting in there. You don't know what they're going to actually do to your body, and especially if you're facing a plateau, you're wanting to get through. So, I encourage you. It's like, well, if you're wanting to break through, make stuff at home. That puts you in control of what you're eating over the restaurant. And the restaurants are always giving you giant portions and stuff like that. You get to control that too. And I know it's you're probably saying, "Oh, Perry, I always take a to-go bag home." Well, a lot of times when our defenses are down, we're eating fast and we're stressed out, etc. We just kind of mindlessly eat a lot of times. Okay, so I'm just giving you my tips. You choose what works for you. Watch out for your unhealthy urges. That urge to eat something unhealthy. When your defenses are down, try this first. Just pause and do some deep breathing exercises. In through the nose, out through the nose, filling the air into your belly, into your diaphragm, and releasing that. Just doing a few cycles of that can really be empowering. Considering, as you're doing this, the health goals and why you're wanting to achieve them, that can be a big game changer. And tracking your food. I know it's kind of a pain, but even the bites, licking stuff, tasting stuff, that's going to give you an insight to what you need to do to succeed and get through a plateau. A few more power tips for you. Just something to consider when you hit a plateau. That might be a good point in your journey where maybe you've hit that healthy point. Maybe that's the opportunity to reassess how far you've come. And maybe you're at your ideal weight. Consider, are you willing to push a little harder? For a lot of people, we let lazy habits creep in, skipping exercise, lazy about tracking, stress eating, coming up with excuses and rationale. In a plateau, that's not a time for getting discouraged and having a big old pity party. That means taking action and moving forward no matter what. Remembering your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you pushing forward? Looking at any barriers that you either realistically have or the ones you've created in your head that are maybe in your environment, but you've made them bigger than what they need to be. Boredom. A lot of times people talk about boredom. Maybe you need some exercise variety. Are you doing the same things over and over and over again? Maybe it's looking at your food. Are you eating the same things over and over again? Can you find healthy ways to make your favorite foods to bring in variety and not get bored? Some good food swaps. Hillary and I love pizza. So we still have pizza night. We just make a healthier version of it. It still tastes tasty. We've got an awesome cauliflower pizza crust. If you Google Perry Tinsley cauliflower pizza crust, you're going to come across our recipe, okay? Another barrier that people have is negativity, because you got to question yourself. Are your goals realistic? Are they doable? A lot of times we set ourselves up for failure because we've made our goals so incredibly huge. Do something within your control. Focus on the next 2 pounds, and then the next 2 pounds. I know your goal might be 100, 150 pounds total, and that just may seem like a giant hill to climb, giant mountain to climb if you want to magnify it in your head. What if you just focus on the next steps? Are you actively focusing on positive thinking, using affirmations, visualization, gratitude, journaling? I've shared many tips with you. I even have some guides that I've shared with you that are actually free downloads. Taking that time to write down, just for a few minutes, things that you're grateful for. That can dramatically boost your happiness, boost your well-being, even boost your health. Sometimes people talk about lack of motivation. You know what you got to do? You got to be realistic and know that motivation just comes and goes. Motivation is something that you've got to create. And inspiration, that's an inside job. If you're working on inspiration stuff, you're podcasts, books, uplifting videos, stuff like that. Don't waste your precious time on trying to stay super motivated. Just focus on consistent daily habits instead. no matter what, you're going to stay on track. And then your motivation increases when you really focus on the habit first. And are you taking things one step at a time, one thing at a time? You think about that. There's a big difference between knowing that you're going to succeed and then believing that it's going to be easy or that the results are going to come fast. It's focusing on the habit first over the results. And I know for a lot of people that's tough because we took all this time to gain all this weight and get out of shape, but we want it to turn off and get back to the way it used to be in an instant, right? So form habits first and worry about those results later. It's visualizing the habits that you need to do in order to succeed. Think about the Olympians, or think about athletes, or even somebody that's going to perform. They're not necessarily thinking of just the outcome. They're visualizing the habits, the details, the things that they will do to create the best, most ideal performance. All right? So get ready to feel younger, my friend, and break through any plateau that you're facing. And if you'd like more tips plus 52 weeks of free coaching, then you'll want to join my Upside Down Fit community. We're a fun group of people. We're striving to make healthier habits in this awesome chapter of life, and I promise that you'll absolutely love it. Head over to upsidedownfit.com. That's all I have for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you so much, and please share, subscribe, leave an honest rating and review in your podcast app. That helps others discover this show. And if you're over on YouTube, as a reminder, just be sure to get over, hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell so you get notified each time a new show drops. You absolutely rock, my friend. That's all I have for this week. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.